You start rolling back in the MRI machine and your heart immediately starts racing. You're watching yourself get deeper and deeper into the tunnel. You try to keep still, and then the banging starts. All the noises are echoing in that tight space. I gotta get out of here, you think. I gotta get out of here. How much longer? Am I gonna make it to the end? Get me out. If this sounds like you, inside an MRI machine, this episode is designed especially for you. Today, we are talking about managing these runaway thoughts and emotions during an MRI. I'm sharing strategies on how to stay calm to get you through your next MRI. And my friends, if you are looking for a more personalized approach to creating your MS diet and lifestyle, check out my private coaching program. It includes a comprehensive assessment, personalized strategies, and lifestyle support. Each month, I accept only 3 new clients. So if you are interested, apply now at alenebrennan.com/coach. Now on to today's episode. There are 1 million people diagnosed with multiple sclerosis in the US. So that makes you 1 in a million. And you have a special purpose in this world that no diagnosis can take away from you. So if you are ready to reclaim your body, mind, and life from multiple sclerosis, welcome to my MS podcast. I'm your host, Alene Brennan. MRIs are nerve-wracking. The confinement, the noises, the uncertainty, your thoughts are bouncing all over the place. When will this end? Do I have new lesions? Did the medicine work? Why is it so cold in here? This banging is so loud. When will it stop? What if I get stuck in here? How will they get me out? Let's keep it real. They are daunting. Yet living with MS, they're part of how we manage this disease. And just because we're regulars at the MRI suite doesn't make it any easier. So if they're here to stay, we need strategies to stay calm during the MRI. And that's exactly what we're diving in today. The cold room, the tight space, the loud noises, just thinking about an MRI is enough to increase your blood pressure. Your heart races, your palms sweat, and your breathing becomes short and fast. It feels like torture. So, how do we calm the anxious mind and body during an MRI? I have a couple strategies that I want to share with you today, and I'm hoping that you find at least one, but my guess is you will find a couple that you can tuck in your back pocket. So next time you are being rolled into that MRI machine, you are able to breathe easier and allow the time to pass with greater ease. The first strategy is likely the simplest, and as a yoga instructor, my favorite: deep breathing. Deep breathing is focusing on slow, deep, intentional inhales and exhales. Why does it work? Because deep breathing is more than just filling your lungs with air. When we breathe deeply, we stimulate the vagus nerve, which is the longest nerve in your body. And activating this nerve shifts your body into the parasympathetic nervous system, which is our body's rest and digest mode. So each time you take a deep breath in, you are signaling to your body it's okay to relax. And one of the fascinating things that I learned as a yoga instructor is that we, on average, use only about 1/6 of our lung capacity. And when we breathe, we tend to take more shallow breaths. And by doing so, that's actually signaling to your body to stay in a state of stress. But when you take those slow, deeper breaths, you are sending air to the lowest lobes of the lungs, which helps again to signal this parasympathetic nervous system. It gives your body the signal it's okay to relax, it's safe, and we can relax now. So, how do you use this? Before your next MRI starts, practice a few rounds of deep breathing. There are a couple different ways you can do it. Personally, I like to keep it simple. Whenever I'm doing a deep intentional breath, I close my eyes or take a soft gaze onto the floor and I take a deep breath in through my nose. Maybe you're doing it now as I'm talking. You take a deep breath in and think about not only the lungs getting filled, but think about the breath going all the way down into your belly. Obviously, it's not going into your belly, but when you take that deep breath in, it's pressing on the diaphragm, so it allows the belly to expand. So, allowing your belly to expand on an inhale is actually really good. It allows you to take a deeper, calmer breath. So, deep breath in, breathe in through the nose, allow that breath to fill the lungs, to fill the belly. Pause for a second, and then full exhale out. I like to think about exhaling out longer than I think I can, because that's another technique for relaxation tied to the breath. When you lengthen the exhale, that's also helping to signal rest to the body. So, as you're in your next MRI, but you can start the practice now so you can start getting used to it. Deep breath in through the nose, allow it to fill the lungs, fill the belly, expand. Pause for a second, and then deep, full exhale out, allowing the breath to go back up and out. All right, so let's move on to the next one, progressive muscle relaxation. I have kind of mixed emotions on this one personally, but the concept of it is it's a method where you tense and then release muscles in your body. The reason why I say I'm kind of have mixed emotions on it is I know the concept of it is the reason why it works is because that you direct your focus to something that is a more physical sensation, kind of pulling your attention away from anxious thoughts or emotions. But by activating your muscles and then fully relaxing them, you're giving your muscles, I guess, a greater sense of permission to relax. So again, you're engaging them by tightening them, and then you get a deeper release when you relax them. I find that I just like to focus on the relaxation part of it. And I think that that might be even more relevant as you are in the MRI because you really don't have the opportunity to move. Which, on a side note, I don't know if anybody else, but I always feel like I have a little tickle in my nose whenever I go into an MRI machine. I'm so worried that I'm going to sneeze and it's going to throw everything off. That's my anxious thought. But that's where I just focus on my breath or again, this progressive relaxation. So, in doing so, for me, I like to start with the crown of my head. And I think about relaxing the scalp, which I know sounds so silly, but just let me do the first part of it here to see if it's something that resonates with you. So, again, wherever you are, if it's appropriate, close your eyes, take a soft gaze onto the floor, so long as you're not driving, and just allow yourself to take a deep breath in and full breath out. Good. And then bring your attention to your head. Think about relaxing all the muscles in your scalp. Just allow the muscles in your head to fully relax and let go. You might find that you actually had a little bit of tension in your head and scalp that you didn't even know was there. But as you exhale out, you relax those muscles. And then you allow this relaxation to travel to your forehead. Think about relaxing your forehead and widening the eyebrows. Allow this relaxation to travel down to your eyes, thinking about your eyes sinking deeper into your head. Relax your cheeks, jaw, tongue, and lips. Release any tension you may be holding in your jaw. Just allow it to fully release and let go. So this is a relaxation that I do. I go head to toe, but you can see how doing so, you're not really engaging any muscles that are going to affect you being relaxed in the MRI, but it really does help to just make you feel more at ease in your body, but it helps to really calm the mind and calm the emotions. So you can certainly connect this with the first strategy as well. So you can do deep breathing and tie that in with the progressive relaxation. But either way, whether you do them separately or together, they are two strategies that can help you just feel a little bit more calm in the MRI. All right, now let's move on to visualization. And before you knock it and call it too woo woo, you have to listen in because I have a story that's pretty powerful. But visualization is just as you can imagine. It's a mental exercise where you imagine yourself in a more calm, peaceful environment, something far more calming and peaceful than the tube of an MRI machine. Now, the story I want to share with you today, the first yoga studio that I trained at, there was a guy who was a quadriplegic and he was brought to class on a regular basis and he would lay in class with his eyes closed and visualize himself going through all of the poses that the instructor was cueing during class. He did this on a regular basis. He was super consistent with it. And in time, his doctors actually started to see improvements in his health. Now, I'm not talking about regaining mobility, but I'm talking about different biomarkers that he was able to improve. That's no small feat. And it's kind of amazing thinking that he was doing it just through visualization. Now, why it works is because our mind is super powerful. When trapped in tight spaces of an MRI machine, we can be focusing on thoughts that are not helping us. And it creates a more anxious environment in our body. Those thoughts can create a more anxious environment in our body. Whereas if we shift our focus to a environment that's more relaxing, a thought that's more relaxing, you can actually create a state of relaxation in your body. So, how do we do this? Close your eyes and imagine yourself in a place that is more peaceful. It could be a beach, a forest, going out for a walk, spending time with your family, whatever brings you most peace. Feel the sensations of that place that you're visualizing. Hear the sounds. Notice if there's any aromas that you can imagine yourself taking in. Fully immerse yourself into that full experience there. Personally, I've told you guys before, I'm a beach girl. So the beach is always my go to visualization. And I think about the warmth of the sun hitting my skin. I think about hearing the waves crash against the sand. I think about hearing the seagulls, smelling the salt air, having my toes in the sand. Or maybe I go for a dip in the water and I feel the cool contrast of the ocean against the warmth of the sun. I really try to engage all of those senses so I can be fully immersed in this experience. And I will tell you every single time, my body is more relaxed because of it. Okay, let's move on to sound blocking or music, but essentially using either headphones or earplugs to block out the MRI noises because we know they are anything but calming. I know many people who are passing on the generic earplugs that you get from the MRI techs, and they are bringing in the real deal. They're like, nope, those things fall out constantly. I don't care how many times you twist them, they're falling out. So they bring in their own ones and they find them to be so much more helpful because they actually stay put in the ears. So if you like the idea of blocking out the sound, bring a set of earplugs next round. Or if you like the idea of music, you can't bring your own headphones into the MRI, but they often give you a set. And I don't know about you guys, but anytime I've gone, they ask what type of music I would like to have played. For me, worship music is the music that just brings me to a place of calm, relaxation, and assurance. So not only does it help to block out that loud clanging and banging of the MRI machine, but it shifts my focus over to a style of music and the words that I really resonate with that help my body to relax, but help my mind to relax too. And both are equally important. Now for the last one, mantras, affirmations, or prayers. So what is it? Repeating a calming phrase or statement in your mind. I know I've shared this in other episodes, but remember, that which you focus on gets bigger. If you are constantly focusing on a thought such as, what if I get stuck in here? What if I get stuck in here? That is all that you can see and think of. And that thought will continue to get bigger and bigger. But if you choose to anchor your mind in a thought that is supporting your relaxation and supporting you in being more calm and grounded in that MRI machine, that will make you so much more relaxed during that time and make it feel like it's passing so much easier. So how do we do this? Choose a mantra like I am safe or this too shall pass. Repeat this in your mind during the MRI, letting it be your focus. Now, I have a book that a friend recommended to me a while back. It's called Breath and Prayer, and it gives you different prayers to sync with your breath. One of my personal favorites is guard my heart and mind with your indescribable peace. And the way that it teaches you to practice these is to sync the first part of this prayer with the inhale and sync a second portion of it with the exhale. So when I'm practicing this, I inhale on guard my heart and mind, and I exhale out on with your indescribable peace. Guard my heart and mind with your indescribable peace. The idea is that this is something that you practice for about 5 minutes every day, or ideally 5 minutes multiple times throughout your day. So you're just really instilling this practice of syncing your breath with prayer. And it comes in so handy when you're in situations like this, an environment that might be a little bit more stressful. And it's something that you can pull out of your pocket and just easily and instantly do. So if it's a book that interests you, you can check it out on Amazon. Again, it's called Breath as Prayer. Either way, I hope today's discussion reminds you that you have lots of options to stay calmer in your next MRI. Well, my friend, we've reached the end of this episode. Pick one lesson from today's discussion and put it into action now. It's time to reclaim your body, mind, and life from multiple sclerosis. And for more resources, events, and programs, head over to alenebrennan.com. See you on the next episode of my MS Podcast.